Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be making this lovely fold away box wedding bouquet. It's for a destination wedding where you'll be able to pack it right down into your suitcase and take it with you. So then this will pack right down like this, okay, just like that, and you'll be able to put that inside the box just like this. Okay, so we're going to make these boxes. We've got two squares, 18 by 18. So then what we want to do is we want to score one of these, okay? So if I get my scoreboard, so we're doing 3 centimetres all the way around. So we've got one line here at 3, and we turn it round, another 3 centimetres here, another 3 centimetres here, and another 3 centimetres here. And I normally go round and just score them again. There we go. Okay, and then what we want to do is we want to fold the score lines, okay, like this. So one of these is basically going to be our top and one's going to be the bottom. So just folding those in like that. I'm going to mark these because what we want is let's just zoom out again. We just want to make sure that this box fits inside this one. Okay, so this is going to be the bottom box, okay, so I'm going to put B on this and T on this, okay. The reason why we're going to mark it is because we want to just take off a little tiny bit from each edge. Just take a little bit off. And then that should fit into the top of your box, okay. So then what we can do is we just do exactly the same as we did with the other one, and we just score it 3 centimetres around the edge, okay. So then you've got your 2 boxes, and I've marked them just so that I know which one's which, okay. So then what you want to do is you want to do this on both of these boxes. You want to cut along your score line, and you want to just go up to the first score line like that, so you can see that's the first score line, and you want to do the same on the other side like that, okay. Turn it round, and there we are, cut there, and then cut there like that, and you want to do the same on the other box. Then what you want to do is take your, I'm going to take my small scissors for this, and what you want to do is just take, I think we need to take this in a little bit, so just take a little sliver off, like that, and then another one off the other side, okay, and then do that with all of these tabs all the way around, okay. Okay, now you've got your 2 boxes and they're all cut out. What you want to do now is stick them together. So you want to put, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to do this off camera because it's a bit fiddly, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick some double-sided tape on each of these tabs, okay. So I'm going to go away and do that. Okay, so I've stuck all the double-sided round and taken the top piece off, okay, because that can be very fiddly to film. Bring this in as square as you can around the edge and stick it down, okay, and make sure it's stuck right down. You might want to use some liquid glue for this, because then you've got a little bit of wiggle room. I just like to, this is, I prefer double-sided, okay, so there we are. I just find it sticks quicker, okay. Alright, so then we're going to do the same there, just like that. Hopefully you can see. I'm just squaring that up around the edge as I go, okay, and I'm rubbing it in because it makes the double-sided stick better. Okay, so that's your bottom one done. And then what you want to do is do exactly the same with your other piece. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just push this into the top of my box like that. So I'm going to just basically, with this top one, I'd like to put these little things on the side so it's easier to lift off. Okay, so that kind of marks the middle of where you want this to go. And perhaps also draw a line down so you've got like a little bit of kind of rough. You can rub this out afterwards, rough idea where that's going to come. And then just bring, you don't have to do a round one. I'm just going to do a round one like this. Okay, and then do the same on the other side. Okay, once you've drawn that, what you want to do is just cut that out. So I'm just going to cut okay, so then what you want to do is just, there we are, so then you've got that. Okay, so now we've got this box done, and also this lovely frame piece to go in here. I'm going to show you how to make this piece here. Okay, so we've got a piece of card now, and it's 29.5 centimetres this way, and it's 16 centimetres this way. Okay, so what you want to do is score 2.5 around the inside of the card. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to go 2.5, and then we're going to turn it over, and we're going to do 2.5, turn it over, and then do 2.5 again. So we're just doing it all the way round. Okay, there we go, so 2.5 there as well. Okay, so then you've got this. Okay, so you can sort of see those score lines around the edge. Okay, then what you want to do is do 13.5 and 16 in the middle there. Okay, and if I zoom out, you'll be able to see that then that's all the score lines that we need. Okay, then what we're going to do is, sorry, just move that camera a little bit more. I'm going further and further off the desk, people. Further and further off the desk. Okay, so what you want to do now is fold along all of those score lines. Okay, just like this. Did I say to you, you need to have like 300 GSM is better for this sort of work. Okay, so get yourself some A3 300 GSM. Okay, right, so then in the middle, just make sure all of those score lines are done. Okay, then what you want to do, you want to take your scissors and you want to cut this end, okay, all the way up to the first score line. Okay, and do the same here. Okay, and the same here, and the same here as well. Okay, so you can see there. Okay, turn that round and do the same on the other side. Okay, then you want to, one end of this, you want to take off these two tabs. Okay, just one end, leave the other end's fine. So we're going to take these off, take these two end pieces off. Okay, and then I like to cut that in a little bit because you want to make it easy to fold inwards. Okay, so then what you want to do is you want to just cut cut the edge of this inwards, okay, so that it's easier to fold when you fold it in, okay. So just basically cut your tabs inwards slightly so it's easier for you to fold, okay. Okay, and then do the same on the other side. Okay, just so that when we construct that, that will bend in nicely, okay. So then what you want to do is you want to cut your frame, and what I'm going to do is, this is before you put it together, that's the best way of doing it, okay. So I'm going to bring that frame in by 1.5 around the edge, so I'm just going to mark it around the edge 1.5, okay. Okay, that's 1.5. I'm going to put my compass in the middle there just so that I can mark where the middle of that is. I'm just going to cut this out, okay. Okay, so then you've got your frame inside your box, okay. And the reason I did it as a whole box is so I could stick it down, okay. If you look at the prototype live, it's a different kind of box, but you can do anything you like, okay. So don't worry about these lines, okay, because we're going to be covering these up with some decoration, but you can see how that's going to work now. And then these stars will go inside like this and come out of the frame like that. So now I'm going to show you how to make this frame. So what you'll need is some card of your choice to decorate it with. What I did was I took the measurements from here to make the frame, and you take it from your measurements, whatever measurements you have when you've made this up, okay, because I think they do change quite a bit. So I've got 11, I'm going to do that 11.5 by 11, okay, that's how big the frame that I'm going to do. So you want to draw a square 11.5 by 11 or whatever size your frame is, okay. Okay, once you've got your square marked out, just cut it out. So that's your 11 by 11.5 square. Okay, then what you want to do, mark on the back 1.5 all the way round if you want that frame to be 1.5 wide. So that's this piece here, okay, that we're measuring, okay, so this piece here, just the width there, okay, so 1.5 all the way round. So I'm just going to mark it on the edge here, 1.5 and 1.5 on the edge here like this, and then I'm going to draw a line across like this, and then I'm going to do the same on every side, okay. And then what you want to do is you want to cut, so you can see the lines there, you want to cut this piece in the middle out. So you've got your box frame and your frame, and you just want to stick that on top like that. Okay, for your top box, we're going to decorate the top box. So for your top box, which is your bigger box, what you're going to need is one piece of card 11.5 centimeters by 11.5 centimeters square, okay. Then what you need is 4 pieces of card of your choice, and you want those to be 11.5 centimetres by 2 centimetres. Okay, so 4 of those, 4 strips. Okay, and they'll go around the edge of strips. Okay, and then this piece here will go on the back like that. Okay, for your bottom box, which is the one that goes underneath, you will need 4 strips, and they will need to measure 11 centimetres by 2.5 centimetres, okay, to go around the edge of your box. And then you want 1 square, which is 11 centimetres by 11 centimetres, okay. Okay, before we stick these on, what I want to do is show you how we're going to mark, because you've got these finger hole, you've got these holes where you can pull up the box. So what I thought I'd do with this is how I'm going to do this. I'm just going to put my card over the top of where I want my finger pull to be, basically just drawn inside here, okay, so that I know where that is. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is cut that out, and then when you put that on there, that will just be like that. Okay, so just do exactly the same on the other side for this one as well. Okay, and then we're going to just stick all our pieces on our boxes. Okay, so now we're at the end of this video, and I'm just going to show you how far I've got with creating this, and some of this will be in the next video. Okay, I'd just like to say, if you liked what you saw in this video, you can always press the like button, and you can also subscribe to this channel to help it to grow, and also to see more videos and makes just like this one. Okay, so yeah, I'll see you again soon to actually finish this project off. Okay, and yeah, have a lovely Christmas. Okay then, bye bye for now.